Hello, firearms friends. I'm here with my other friend. Aren't you a little short to be a doughboy? Taking a look at one of the items coming up on day one for our June 22nd, 23rd, 24th Sporting and Collector Auction. If you watched one of our other videos, you know I've become rather intrigued by a giant horse mannequin because you can't even frequently say the words horse mannequin, let alone see one or have one in building. We have regular kitted up mannequins from time to time. Our cavalry sergeant here is no exception. He's looking pretty good despite his stature. But I don't want to talk about the sergeant. I would like to talk about this horse. Now, part of it is a little bit of a local tie, and it's fascinating that way. We're, of course, about 5 miles west from the Rock Island Arsenal, where they were obviously heavily involved in the war effort in ways you don't always think of. Everybody thinks of, the M1903s from Rock Island. They did so much wartime manufacture for all the kit that you see here, whether it was sewing canvas, sewing leather, stamping out mess kits, canteens, utensils, cups, bandolier, like you name it. There was wartime production happening right here in Rock Island, Illinois, about 5 miles east from where we are, right in the middle of the Mississippi River. So there's a kind of a local tie and a local fascination to this. But also, so beyond the oddity of just having a horse mannequin in building and how just cool and novel that is, and can we also say just an outstanding statement piece if you had a kitted up horse mannequin for your U.S. military collection. It's just fantastic. But it brings to mind also, besides just the novelty factor of it, how important horses were in the Great War effort. I mean, when you start diving into the history of horses and their use in the Great War, boy, when you talk about weapons that threaten to be, sort of lost to time or forgotten about, the contribution of horses in the Great War, can't be understated. This is an era when combustion engines were still relatively in their infancy. I mean, you look at tanks and you look at vehicles at the time, they're not proven, they're not reliable, and frankly, you have atrocious battlefield conditions you're asking this relatively new technology to deal with. So what better to deal with it than old technology? You start diving into the history of horses in the Great War, you find out the sheer volume of how many were used, how many had to be given up by their owners, by citizens, to go for the war effort, how many perished in the war effort. You're talking millions and millions of horses that died during the Great War. I mean, there were so many horses dying, there were soldiers building fake dead horse corpses to use as sniper hides, and there's actual photographic evidence of this before, of course, the Germans figured it out and started shooting through the fake dead horse mannequins. There's a sentence I never thought I'd say. Anyway, the contribution of horses is a very serious one, and it's a very valuable one, and one that people shouldn't forget about. So to keep that in the front of your mind, and to just have an awesome centerpiece in your U.S. military collection from the Great War, here's this lot coming up on day one.